This is like a follow-up from the other day on the video I did on Forrest Fenn's reference to frogs. I've read that in many cultures, the frogs are a symbol of good luck, health, prosperity, wealth, rebirth, and transformation. But the Irish believe the frog to be a close relative of the leprechaun that could play tricks on you. On page 7, in The Thrill of the Chase, Fenn wrote, "Occasionally it's wise for the fox to dress like the hound," and I think this describes Forrest Fenn's poem very well. Fenn was like a combination of a tricky leprechaun and the deceptive fox when he wrote this poem. The other day I did a video on Forrest Fenn's reference to frogs, and since then I've learned that the Spadefoot Toad is the official state amphibian for New Mexico. The Spadefoot Toad gets its name from its spade-like hind legs that are used for digging in the sand. It spends most of its time buried in the ground in its underground tunnels and only comes out during periods of rainfall in summer. So could this reference the phrase in the poem, "where warm waters halt"? Maybe. The depth of the tunnels the Spadefoot Toad buries itself in can be up to 3 feet deep. And on page 138, Fenn referenced that he buried the jars that he made 3 feet deep. The Spadefoot Toad is known to be secretive and is nocturnal. We know that Fenn is secretive, and it brings me to another point on that nocturnal part. In The Thrill of the Chase, Fenn mentions midnight about 4 times in the book. On page 15 he wrote, "So now I sit here past midnight beside my juniper fire, reflecting back." Page 78 he wrote, "So it is with me now as I sit here past midnight alone with only myself to know." And page 88, about midnight there was a bright flash. And page 96 he wrote that he lifted off about midnight. So maybe he hid the treasure at night when nobody could see him. In The Thrill of the Chase, page 111, Fenn asked the school children who came to visit his gallery, "Why is the bronze statue so cold when it's so warm in the room?" From what Fenn has said, the treasure chest is bronze. And on page 137 he talked about making bronze bells, and he talked about the bronze being a non-ferrous metal. It won't rust or deteriorate in any way. You must pound it with a sledgehammer or melt it down to change its shape. Something to think about. Would the bronze chest act like a climate-controlled container? I don't know. Maybe somebody else out there knows. But it's just something to think about.